Greetings everybody from Pawtucket, Rhode Island. It is the opening day for Rhode Island FC in this 2026 USL Championship campaign at Centerville Bank Stadium as they welcome Sporting Club Jacksonville, presented by Centerville Bank, the official bank of Rhode Island FC. Alongside Ryan Davis and our entire crew, Sean St. Jacques, happy to have you with us. Rhode Island, after not getting to play last week, Ryan, finally start their season today, coming off another deep playoff run in their second campaign last year.
An extra week of preparations means the players are chomping at the bit, but it gets a chance for the coaching staff to get things absolutely right to put on a grand show opening on opening day.
Rhode Island have made 2 consecutive trips to the Eastern Conference Final. What do they have in store here in year 3? Sporting Club Jacksonville, tough start to their time in the USL Championship. They lost last time out, but as Rhode Island knows, it's not about how you start your first ever season, it's about how you finish.
Yeah, these two teams actually met each other in preseason, and Jacksonville actually had some chances, and just like in their opening match at home, had numerous chances to score, didn't convert, got caught on the break, unlucky, but this Jacksonville team has some steel, has some bite behind it.
As we know, in Rhode Island's first ever season as a club, they made it all the way to the USL Championship Final. And J.J. Williams, who returns for his 3rd season with Rhode Island, will be key for Cano Smith's men again this time.
J.J. Williams is not only a goal scorer with 8 goals, he has 48 regular season goals, by the way, but he's an excellent hold-up player as well. He gets other players involved when they get the ball to his feet, and he's also very strong in the air, which is a great weapon for the guys on the wings.
On the other side of the coin for Sporting JAX, we talked with Liam Fox. The club and the team is not fully put together yet, but when you look at players like Juan Kuzain, there's certainly threats in the attack.
Well, the former Sporting KC guy, he's excellent on the ball, he's a dribbler, he's very shifty. He has 3 assists last season, but he also creates space for players with the ball at his feet. And what does a soccer player love? Space. And he creates space for his teammates.
It's the first ever road trip for Sporting Club Jacksonville here this afternoon, but it's going to be a packed house for Rhode Island as they finally get to begin year 3 of their existence, hoping that it ends with another deep playoff run. We'll have lineups in Kickoff from Pawtucket coming up after the break.
How can I help you? Sure, I can help you with that. How would you like to make the deposit today? Cash or check? Thank you for visiting Centerville Bank. Have a great day.
You may think the nicest moments happen once you've arrived at your destination. At Breeze, we think they happen all along the way.
Yeah, let me grab that for you.
That was so nice.
Whether you're kicking back in Breeze Ascent or just enjoying time together in family seating, we take creating nice moments seriously, so you're ready for the rest of the journey ahead. When it's all over, the nicest moment might just be planning your next trip. Breeze. Seriously nice.
At Ortho Rhode Island, we've built the future of orthopedic care around an important foundation, you. Our experienced surgeons and specialists offer the full spectrum of orthopedic care with leading-edge treatments and technology and a one-of-a-kind patient experience. From diagnosis to outpatient surgery, physical and occupational therapy, acute injury care, and advanced imaging, we make you the cornerstone of innovative care. To learn more or schedule an appointment, visit orthopedicsri.com.
It doesn't matter what you ride to work as long as you leave your car behind. Drive less, bike more. With the Drive Less RI app, every green trip counts. Whether you're pedaling to the office or cruising to class, log your bike trips and start earning rewards. Be a climate champion. Bike more, drive less. Download the Drive Less RI app today, because every mile matters. Visit drivelessri.com to get started.
Welcome back, everybody. Sean St. Jacques, Ryan Davis, our entire crew, happy to have you with us. We count down to kickoff in the USL Championship between Rhode Island and Sporting JAX. Let's dive right into the starting 11s. A first 11 for Cano Smith in year 3. Definitely some notable changes, particularly up top.
Yeah, Alfonso, he likes to come out to that left-hand side and use space to dribble players. What about Quizera, number 17, coming around Alfonso on that left-hand side, going to provide some width and maybe some service for JJ Williams. But this 4-4-2 is a blanketing, pressing sort of formation. Should have some success today with that.
And Connor Smith hopes that this lineup will bring more goals to the Rhode Island setup. Liam Fox, his second game in charge of Sporting JAX. They have quite a bit of attacking firepower up top as well.
They do, but what about their goalkeeper Molina? Had a fantastic start of the season, and when you have a goalkeeper like that, it breeds confidence into players like Traore, Gomez and Neville, and that sort of backline sort of gets comfortable and is able to keep the ball in front of them.
Well, in their first ever game as a club on the men's side, Sporting JAX losing at home by 3-0 to Hartford, but Liam Fox said that the scoreline didn't really tell the whole story. They felt pretty positive about a lot of that game. Hartford just put them away in the latter stages. They come to Rhode Island for another stiff test here in their first ever USL Championship road trip against a very hungry Rhode Island group who are replenished from a season ago, new faces joining a pretty similar core to what they've had in each of their prior 2 seasons as a club. And of course, Rhode Island have their sights set on lofty goals again this season. Connor Smith hoping that their really strong defensive core from last season can now come along with a more fierce attack, as he called it, a more goal-dangerous group, he hopes, for 2026. And after Rhode Island was supposed to play last week, due to Mother Nature's intervening, they're going to be just as hungry, Ryan, to play this week and get this season off and running.
And also, Coach did talk about taking more risks and creating more chances up top. So yes, they're going to be solid in the back line and in midfield. But to move forward, take some chances, commit the players from the wing backs or commit the players from midfield. The extra player is going to allow for more chances to be created, easier on the eyes for the fans, and more often than not, get 3 points rather than 1.
We did talk to Connor Smith about the unknown of preparing for a club like Sporting JAX. Of course, Rhode Island were in this position not too long ago, a few years back, their first season as a club in 2024. He said, you know what, they were pretty impressive, Sporting JAX, at times against Hartford. So as you might expect, he expects a pretty stiff test here this afternoon under the Pawtucket sunshine at Centerville Bank Stadium.
Sunshine.
You better believe it. Rhode Island will kick us off. They're going from left to right in their new Surge kits. Sporting JAX are in their light blues. They'll be defending on the right-hand side of your screen. We welcome those watching on ESPN Plus and on Nesson as well, as we're about to kick off the 3rd season of Rhode Island FC play. And just like in the opening weekend, we will experience a brief interruption at the start of the contest.
So that's not easy for the fans. Yes, it's sunny, but look at those parkas and hats. It is still very wintry in the 1st or 2nd week in March in Pawtucket. A brisk Saturday evening, let's say. Thank goodness it's 4 p.m. and not 7 p.m. That'll be a whole lot colder in Pawtucket.
You can see some of the wind coming through again with Centerville Bank Stadium being on the water as well. That will add a little bit to it. It's not quite spring yet.
Not quite
in
at all.
Pawtucket.
Yeah.
But we're certainly getting there.
But what a fan base to have, to enjoy 2 successive finals in two seasons. I mean, these guys are reared up and ready to go. And why not? Your club has put your team in the best situation to succeed, and the fans appreciate it.
I think many people around Rhode Island would tell you, Rhode Island has grown as a club these last 2 seasons and had the success it's had. A big reason is because of the fans and what their impact has been. And now we get to see the ball roll here at Centerville Bank Stadium. As we promised, it's a good crowd here inside Centerville Bank Stadium in its 2nd season of existence. And as Christian Oliveras corrals for Sporting JAX, this 2026 Rhode Island campaign is officially off and running. Good defensive play, at least it looked like good defensive play from Karifa Yao, but he's going to be penalized here. And Sporting JAX will get a free kick on this near side.
I tell you what, Coach Liam Fox was very adamant in his team playing out of the back and trying to dominate possession. In fact, that's what this Jacksonville team wants to do in the opening 15 minutes. They want to get on the ball and get on it quickly.
Foul. It's the same thing.
Another whistle there from our referee, Thomas Schneider. It goes Rhode Island's way this time, and the hosts will get a free kick in their own half.
If you're Rhode Island, of course, we talked about at the beginning having an extra week off. You get a chance at home. Your fans raring to go for yet another week. Have to try and jump on Jacksonville early. The longer Jacksonville sticks around, hangs around into the game, the harder it gets to break them down.
We talked about the success as Nadarse is brought down here. It's a free kick. The success at the end of the season in the playoffs, some Rhode Island fans kind of felt it papered over some of the cracks that shown during the regular season, particularly here at Centerville Bank Stadium. Not enough of an offensive output, many fans thought, in the last season, and they're hoping to finish higher than when they finished last year in the regular season. Remember, Rhode Island were the 7th seed in the Eastern Conference playoffs. Of course, you can give them any seed, it feels, and Rhode Island are going to make a deep run. But the fans, and certainly the expectations around the club, are that they want a much higher finish. And from their point of view, they want to play here a few times in the playoffs when it comes time to the end of the season.
Sean, the playoffs are a sprint. You can enjoy a tight, hard-working 3 matches to get to the final. Great, go for it. Regular season is a marathon. The fans come out to watch an open game, enjoy the game week in and week out. So yes, you can understand the fans' frustration over a long period of time. They want to see more open soccer. They want to see more chances created. And chances created is the barometer for any team on how well it's doing.
Nadarse for Clay Holstead on a Rhode Island reset.
What a luxury to have Clay Holstead roaming around that back line, just finessing the ball, moving the ball around and finding gaps of players.
Some pressure here on Rhode Island. That's going to deflect out. It'll be a Jacksonville throw on the far side. Harvey Neville to take the throw.
I'm sure if there's one player that doesn't mind this weather, is Harvey Neville.
I was going to say.
Yeah.
And the reason for that, he's the son of former Everton great Phil Neville and the nephew of Manchester United legend Gary Neville.
Yeah, being a Manc, you have to enjoy that cold weather. It rains just about 365 days out of the year. And it's about a brisk 55 when it does rain.
RIFC fans, grab yourself an ice-cold Pepsi Zero Sugar for the match. Zero never tasted so good. Try to believe it. It's a proud partner of RIFC. Ooh, there was a brief chance in the middle there for Leo Alfonso on his Rhode Island debut. It does not quite work out for him. And Sporting JAX will get the free kick.
Well, like a true Brazilian, he's going to pull out wide and try to create. And you can understand exactly what JJ Williams and Alfonso are trying to do. They're going to try to interchange, keep each other in their peripheral, and try to work off of each other. You have the tall, hold-up player in JJ Williams, and you have the very elusive Alfonso to create space and run into space off of Williams.
Alfonso, 24 years of age, former Inter Miami and former Atlanta United player in MLS, and more recently played with Atlanta United FC 2. Scored a goal in 2 appearances in MLS Next Pro last season.
You know, can I just say how much I enjoy 2 center forwards? We got away a little bit with the 2 wingers and the lone center forward for a long period of time. But the 4-4-2 is coming back into style because of 2 players pressing from left to right. It really does cause havoc in the back line.
Well, can Jacksonville create something from this? It was a reverse ball played in behind, and an overzealous challenge on the back end by Zeke Soto. It's a foul and a free kick. Gives us time to jump into Flood Ford's keys to the game. Ryan, we start with Rhode Island.
Well, they have to maintain their defensive structure. That was what they got them to the finals 2 years in a row. However, they will counter out wide with Alfonso and Quizera on the left, especially. And as for Jacksonville, they want a strong first half. They understood that they let one get away back at home. They have to come out here and try to establish their possession game and try to take the game away from Rhode Island in the first 45 minutes.
More aggressive play from Sporting JAX, but the referee deems it to be a foul. And Frank Nadarse needs a moment here for Rhode Island. May have lost his contact, I think, based on his motions there.
Yeah, seemed to have fallen very awkwardly. Not sure if the hand caught him in the eye or it's just the way his head snapped, or did the contact go up into the eye? I tell you what, I mean, just looking at it, I'm blinking. That has to be scary.
Yeah. Definitely a tough moment every time you see it happen. Nadarse luckily is back up and looks to be okay.
People who wear contacts are a different breed. Look at him, he just shakes it back off. My eye is fine, let's go on.
Sent forward by Koke Vegas, back again for a third season with Rhode Island. First ever signing. Early ball flashed across, and Christian Olivares is there to clean up for Jacksonville.
Oh, lovely.
Now can the visitors turn that into an attack up the other end? It's a good challenge from Yao, and it helps to allow Rhode Island to reset with Quizera.
Their back line for Rhode Island is so sure of itself, despite going forward and pushing forward, creating a chance. They sat so deep, understanding that if they keep the ball in front of them, not a problem. And you saw another example there. So many other teams, when the team pushes up, wants to push up the back line, condense the field, but there's a lot of space to work in through the back line or over the top. This back line, very comfortable, sits back, keeps the game in front of them, keeps it simple.
Well, that ball was touched through, but again, Rhode Island defensively are there. It's Stoneman this time with a definitive touch.
And I was going to bring up Stoneman to just drive home the point that they just now, to have a centre-back like Stoneman marshalling the troops, gives so much confidence to the rest of the players.
Rhode Island's pressure led to an Olivares clearance, but the offside flag goes up here. We can go into the official orthopedic partner and team physicians of Rhode Island health report. Learn more at orthopedicsri.com. Diop and Amish Shapiro-Thompson both listed as out on the Rhode Island injury report. For Sporting JAX, it's more of still trying to get players in that are going to be involved later on once they can get cleared and all their paperwork is finished up. But of course, they just signed Thomas Roberts, who is in the squad for Sporting JAX today, wearing the number 24. We'll see if Liam Fox trots him out there.
I really do appreciate the fact you said Fox and Trot, but we'll get back to that.
Rhode Island are trotting forward here on the break. And the shot is going to dribble just wide. You can see J.J. Williams and company in the middle, livid that they didn't get some service from Nick Scardina, making his Rhode Island debut on this near side.
You have got to do better than that, Sean. The counter-attacker on your peripheral, you have to see J.J. Williams there. He didn't take a chance to look up. At this level of the game, you have to raise your head and look for dark blue shirts in your side vision.
Alfonso and Williams had made really good runs into the middle of the penalty area, particularly Williams.
And we were talking about tap-ins there.
Proudly outfitting RIFC, Capelli Sport is your global game changer for premium kits, gear, and innovation on and off the field. We did mention Rhode Island are debuting their new Surge kits today. As the offside flag goes up against Sporting JAX, it'll be a free kick going the other way. The former Charleston youngster, Zeke Soto, caught by the assistant's flag.
Well, I tell you what, it's that Rhode Island counter-attack again. Very steel-tight defense and quick counters with Scardini and company that had the best chance so far in the opening 10 minutes.
Could be another chance here. It was flared across. Jacksonville had it covered at the expense of a Rhode Island throw. That time it was Agustin Pity Rodriguez trying to find a teammate.
Well, does he have some pressure on his shoulders? Number 10, Argentine, diminutive. Reminds you of a couple of players that passed through this incredible sport from that country.
He was a youth Argentine international earlier in his career, Pity Rodriguez.
Don't get me started on Argentine number 10. We'll be here all day. I can name 9 off the top.
Well, this is definitely a long throw, bit of territory. That means J.J. Williams will step up here for Rhode Island. As the referee wants a couple of players here, Darce and the promising young forward for Jacksonville, Emil Jaskalainen, for a brief conference there. Could be quite the tussle between those two at both ends of the field this afternoon. As Williams puts in a good throw here. Good fall for a volley opportunity. It's going to ricochet out for a corner to Rhode Island on the far side.
So big debates in modern soccer. Do you enjoy the long throws, or should we get a quick throw in and have a cross come in? I have to say, I do enjoy the long throws. It gives lesser teams a chance to use another tool.
And remember, during all RIFC home matches, if RIFC score on a corner, you can show your match ticket at a Chick-fil-A Attleboro location and get a free chicken sandwich. It did not happen last year, by the way. So Rhode Island fans will be licking their chops here from this corner. Handball appeals come in from the Rhode Island players. Referee had a look at it, just gives Rhode Island a throw in on the near side.
Well, again, Rhode Island using their size with Yao, Williams and company. And it's actually J.J. Williams. But boy, he can head, he can hold up the ball, he can score, he can do long throws, he can do your taxes. He is phenomenal.
By the way, Rhode Island, we talked about no home corners scored. They actually didn't score on a corner anywhere they played. Last season, they looked to rectify that. This season, that's going to be a foul going the other way. Again, overzealous challenge from Rhode Island. Obviously, that ball going into the back of the net is a moot point. It's a Jacksonville free kick. Although Christian Oliveras is not taking it from the right spot, and the referee is on that as well. If the foul happens in the box, unfortunately from a Jacksonville point of view, that's where the free kick has to be taken. Christian Oliveras made a heck of a save against Hartford last time out, was one of the Save of the Week candidates, although it did finish in second place in the voting.
People may not recognize this about goalkeepers, but Christian Oliveras just now, he saw the distribution out at the back, playing in hostile territory. The goalkeepers are the ones have to set the tempo every time the ball goes for a goal kick. He has to decide, do we go quickly or do we take our times and loft it up the field? His distribution can really take some pressure off of his back line in the early part of this match.
Getting to the game is easy with RIPTA's free game day bus service. Buses loop every 8 to 10 minutes between the Pawtucket Central Falls Transit Center, Centerville Bank Stadium, and the stadium's reserved parking lots. For a full list of stops, visit ripta.com/RIFC. Scardina is the target of this ball, played in behind. And he ends up committing a foul, drags down the opposition player. Good cover by Tyshawn Rose. Free kick for Jacksonville.
Well, Scardina, this is what you call a professional foul. He's way out of position here. If the ball is turned around, there's no one at right back. So it's a foul that looks clumsy, but it was very intentional.
And to your point, the alternative also could have been a goal kick. You make Jacksonville have to work to play their way out here from a set piece.
I want to go back to the foxtrot, though. That was actually incredible. I really enjoyed that.
I must admit, it was completely unintentional. And that's what could be the result. It's a poor free kick from Oliveras, and it puts Rhode Island in a decent spot for a reset in possession with Yao. Rhode Island FC would like to recognize their anchor partners, Breeze Airways, Capelli Sport, Centerville Bank, and Ortho Rhode Island. Their support on and off the field again this season. Oliveras under heavy Rhode Island pressure there. Looked like he was clipped. It is going to be a free kick for Sporting JAX.
Well, the first 15 minutes are gone. All the nerves are gone. This Rhode Island team now is now looking for blood. They're pushing up. They're getting aggressive, getting confident in the attacking third. And Oliveris is going to have to be at his very best. He mistrapped the ball there just now, put a lot of pressure on himself. He can't have that type of game tonight with the ball at his feet. He has to be crisp, decisive, and take the pressure off of this back line.
Well, that was a brief Rhode Island giveaway. They claimed it back really quickly and do so again on this near side. It's quite the tussle for possession here. It's poked down the line. Referee brings it back for a Rhode Island free kick.
Well, again, just one of those fouls. It's let's just call it an annoying foul, but it's very intentional. Again, player out of position, hands pull back the shirt. Easy call for the referee, but the player is now relieved that he can get back in a defensive position.
Just like they did to begin the Hartford game for the most part, Jacksonville defensively are off to a pretty strong start here. And one or two nervy moments, but they're going to have to continue to be strong at times defensively to try to fend off this new-look Rhode Island attack. Nodarse pirouettes away from a challenge. Able to find Quizero, didn't really have anywhere to run into. And Yao picks out Stoneman square. Stoneman down the line. He's going to help Rhode Island get more pressure on here with a throw.
The joys of a two-forward system. You always have Williams and Alfonso to pick out down the line to find some room.
That ricochets out to the far side. Quizera tries to control it with Neville on his hip. Neville does well at the expense of a throw.
Yes, Nick, you gotta get it, Nick. Open up, Nick. Open up, Nick.
You can hear the cries of open up.
Nick, stretch up.
Coaches want their players in the attacking third to get on the ball. That's taking responsibility, and it's a mindset.
One back by Nodarse, and it deflects kindly for Sporting JAX here in transition. Maybe waiting for more light blue shirts to join the attack here. In the end, Rhode Island are able to just about handle it, but there's still some work to do on the back end with a throw.
Important touch by Holstad when the ball was given away. It took the sting off of the ball and slowed the counter down.
Chance to whip this into the middle. It's caught by Coque Vegas. Now Rhode Island is powered by Talden. Performance nutrition trusted by athletes from energy gels to electrolyte gummies. Vitalden helps fuel training and match day. Vitalden's the official partner of RIFC.
One thing Coach Canos talked about before this match is intensity, not only without the ball defensively, but when they do have the ball, they have to try to be positive, not go side to side, look for forward passes. It's the type of MO I think the fans can look forward to this season from their home side. What a turn.
J.J. Williams on his left boot. Maybe thought he was fouled there, but it is comfortably saved by Oliveris. Always a threat in and around the penalty area.
Look at J.J. Williams' work here. He has come such a long way defensively. Look at him without the ball. Had some problems, I would say 2 or 3 years ago, not being a pressing forward. And in the modern game, that's almost like null and void. But he's now become that part of that type of forward where he's willing to press and play that part of the game.
The cross into the middle by Rodriguez is going to be hooked away. And Rhode Island really trying to pin Sporting JAX back here. Cleared away by Rose. But again, Rhode Island are there to contest. It's on the edge of the area here. And again, they get a shot away. But again, Oliveris is equal to it. Pressure mounting, though, on Sporting JAX.
Love the effort. I love the defensive pressure on them Defending now in modern soccer is almost like an attacking tool. So without the ball, they press high, they get a quick counter, they're getting shots, but not shots inside the box, more outside the box. I think you're gonna have to do really well today to try to beat Olivares from that distance.
That's a poor pass and a giveaway. Back to Rhode Island. Quizera. Quizera ends up laying the ball off. And it's a reset for Holstead. Now Nodarse. Back for Yao. And then Vegas.
A chance for this Jacksonville team to take a breather, take some pressure off themselves while the ball is in their attacking third.
Well, that header is going to go out of play. It's a throw-in on the near side. Well, the USL Championship and League One are on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches, expert analysis every day on the CBS Sports Golazo Network and on ESPN+. Go to USLChampionship.com or USLLeague1.com for the complete USL TV listings. Evans plays it out to the far side. Great ball into the entrance of the penalty area on the far side. It comes out for a volley. What a save that is by Vegas. Flag goes up, and there won't be any further action. Offside gives Rhode Island the free kick. Critical save from Koke Vegas on Jacksonville's first big attempt of the afternoon.
Well, what a strike. Tyshawn Rose coming in from left back and just put his laces right on top of it. But the hardest part about that type of shot is keeping it down. Chest down, head over the ball. It brought the best out of Vegas, but it gives you an idea. When the score remains at 0-0, anything can happen to shift the balance. That shot could have been found in the back of the net. All of a sudden, the away side now has a 1-0 lead, and now Rhode Island will have their backs against the wall.
It was nearly a historic moment. Sporting Jacks are still in search of their first goal. They're going to be halted here. Another free kick for Rhode Island in the middle of their own half. Here's Stoneman. Scardina manages to get the pass out of harm's way there. There's a Rhode Island player down here. Afonso looked like he was brought down away from the play here. And the referee saw that. I'll have one or two words about it as well. Mo Traore, formerly of Phoenix Rising.
It's not physical, but it's been very handsy in the first, I would say, first 25 minutes. Players out of position, are grabbing and pulling. Easy calls for referees, but when does the referee have enough and say, you know what, it's time for some cards? And when the cards start to share, all of a sudden, there's no more hands.
The pressure from Harivo leads to a takeaway, and Rhode Island have numbers forward here. Quizera had a couple of options in the middle. It is cleared away by Traore and out for a throw.
I love the decision. Once the traffic pushes forward, there's always someone hanging back at the top of the 18-yard box. Quizera's aware of that, dragged it back. Didn't work out there, but that's always a useful decision. When all the defenders are waiting for the ball to come across, you drag it back on top of the 18-yard box.
Some lovely Rhode Island build-up down that far side. Was that a foul? Yes, it was. One or two asking the referee about a yellow card here. Hands on Jacksonville heads. We know it's a Rhode Island free kick.
Well, I tell you what, if he did get contact, that was a yellow card. The question is, did he actually touch him? I think Hostad anticipated the physicality and went down. Referee was not in the best position to see it, so called what he saw.
I think there's also a case that Jacksonville are trying to make that Holstead maybe dived there. Either way, it's going to be a Rhode Island free kick, and it doesn't appear that Antonio Gomez has been booked for that challenge.
It was one of those instances, is Hostad going to be booked for the dive, or is Gomez going to be booked for the challenge? And neither happened. Because it was a sort of a yellow card challenge. Hostad got the better of it, he got there first. And then if Hostad did not get any contact, well, clearly he dove. So which one was it?
I mentioned this earlier. Rhode Island's first season back in 2024, they scored 16 set-piece goals, and 7 of those from corners. Last year, they scored only 7 set-piece goals the whole year and 0 from corners. So this is a phase of the game that Rhode Island would like to improve on quite a bit in 2026 from moments just like this. Quizera will leave it for Agustin Rodriguez to take.
So important for center-backs to get goals.
Rodriguez's delivery is caught by Oliveras. He was nearly in the perfect spot.
Just to piggyback on what you were saying, getting goals from set pieces, when your centre-backs come forward for corners and free kicks, it's important for them to get goals, to take the pressure off the strikers who have to perform every game to make the difference.
High Noon's quality is second to none, formulated with real spirits, juice, and iced tea, no added sugar, and natural flavors. High Noon is the perfect drink for any occasion. Ooh, little tussle here. Now the yellow card is out. That was Yao and Jaskalainen who's going to receive the yellow here for Jacksonville, and he's a bit perplexed about that. We haven't seen much from Emil Jaskalainen yet. He's into the referee's book.
Well, I think he just barged in, didn't keep his eye on the ball, never looked at the ball, and then he treaded over. Looks like Yao. And I think the referee just added 1+1 and gave him the yellow.
To answer your earlier question, Ryan, the 30th minute is when the first yellow card, at least for Jacksonville's come out here. Referee said that was enough to go to the pocket. Rhode Island are really starting to hold Jacksonville in their own half here. That was looped over the top, could fall for Afonso. Did he handle it? I think might be the question here. The referee's pointed in the opposite direction. Oliveira still makes a great save. It's a moot point as Jacksonville will get the free kick.
Well, in South America, they call this la mesa, right? So the player, he converts his body like a table, and the player goes over the table and throws him off balance. So the referee, understanding he never played the ball, he used his body like a table. As the player goes over the table, it's a foul.
As the replay showed there, Ryan, you're absolutely right. Referee was on that. And Jacksonville, in some ways there, are let off the hook, as Afonso would have been through. But it was the right decision. Leo Afonso now trying to lead Rhode Island forward here. Early ball in behind for Williams on the turn. Couldn't quite corral it. And Jacksonville with Neville will clear their lines.
There was a fading moment where Zach Hervo was supporting J.J. Williams. A little back heel or flick Hervo was in. Williams could never really get a control of the ball.
Well, there's no job too big with Norfolk Power Equipment, New England's premier Kubota dealer. Norfolk Power Equipment is a proud sponsor of RIFC. Come down today, get the job done with Norfolk Power. From the Jacksonville throw, it's not going to work out as it bounces through. So the second ball to work with here for Rhode Island. They'll hook it clear towards Williams. Jacksonville have enough numbers to reset here in their own half with Traore. That nearly ricochets towards the edge of the area And then the referee on the scene spots another foul here. This time it's Quizera getting a word from the referee, and he's been booked as well, Jojea Quizera.
There's been a change in tide right now, Sean. Looks like the referee's had enough. And the cards, the pulling, the grabbing, the little niggly, annoying challenges, pulling and shoving, is going to start being cleaned up now, as the referee has now stepped in.
Confirmed. Both you be reckless. Yes.
High challenge from Quizera, always going to put the player under some serious trouble with injuries. Referees have to try to tidy that up so players can last the season. Make sure players understand that's not going to be tolerated.
It will be Juan Kuzain to take the free kick for Jacksonville here in search of their first goal in the club's history.
On the road, these set pieces are gold for teams who are up against it, against a very rampant home side.
Kuzain's ball in. Had good pace on it. It ricochets back out for a Sporting JAX throw.
Good delivery. I like it when the left footer's on the right footer's on the left. That means the defenders have to turn and face their own goal. It's never easy to defend that sort of angle.
Harvey Neville looking to pick somebody out. And it didn't work out for Sporting JAX. Rhode Island had it covered, and they look to break here on this near side. Scardina. This is why Rhode Island brought him in, for moments just like this. Onto the near side, Afonso. Trying to cut it back. The ball in by Stoneman. He's skied over the top by J.J. Williams. Maybe a hint of offside in there as well. Either way, Rhode Island cannot make it count.
Lovely delivery. Alfonso comes back, but it's right into the corridor of uncertainty, in between the goalkeeper and the centre-backs. And J.J. Williams, if he's not offside, you want him to put at least on target, make the keeper save.
Quite a tussle there. Rodriguez wins the free kick for Rhode Island. And the Argentine puts it right back into play. Just over 10 minutes plus stoppage time left in the opening half.
A lot of eyes on Zach Heravo. He's what we call a two-way midfielder. Box to box in the old days, where he gets behind the ball and he defends. But once he wins back, once he recovers the ball, he has the pace and inventiveness to then create a chance on that counter. Just one player doing two things, defending, creating. And he can also drop deep and slow the tempo down. Have a Zach Heravo story for you. So he's playing for Haiti, and Haiti is invited to play a warm-up match against Argentina before the 2018 World Cup. They go into La Bombonera in Boca Juniors and plays against Lionel Messi in Argentina. I'll get back to it.
Early cross into the middle for Rhode Island. Maybe too early. And it's a goal kick.
Thank you, J.J. Williams. I'll continue my story. But he goes into La Bombonera and plays against Lionel Messi in Argentina. All of Argentina's in the stands. They are chanting before the stands. It's jamming. So you're in the dressing room and your surroundings are shaking because everybody's banging the floor and singing. So the Haitian coach says, nobody, absolutely nobody kicks down Lionel Messi. We want to make it out here alive tonight. So he actually had a couple of altercations in a good way within the match with Lionel Messi. The fans were all over him, but he said it was incredible. Messi scored twice. Just to be a part of that scenario, he said it was amazing.
One of the more unique venues, I would add.
Oh my God.
On the planet.
They call it the chocolate box. Looks very different.
That's a foul and a free kick on Karifa Yao. And again, Sporting JAX will get a set piece and pretty good position here. The Republic of Ireland international, Kieran Sadlier, will look to set this up.
Now with height, from Heravo, Holstad, and Stoneman and Yao. It's easy to defend this, but still so tricky against the road team is salivating an opportunity. They haven't gotten very close to Coque Vegas as of yet.
And from the free kick, it's headed to the outskirts of the 18-yard box. No, Darce helps it along, but does give it back to Sporting JAX. Well, the New England laborers are training the workforce of today that'll build the tomorrow. With state-of-the-art training facilities in Rhode Island, Massachusetts, and Connecticut, you'll be equipped with classroom and job site knowledge to start a rewarding career in the construction industry. Build your future with the union that built Centerville Bank Stadium, the home of RIFC. Jacksonville are working their way down this far side. It actually hits off the corner flag, I think, there before Rhode Island clear it.
Looked like a scrum half in rugby, huh?
It really
like
did for a split second.
Jacob, higher, Jacob.
You wondered if anyone was going to lift somebody else onto their shoulders for one brief fleeting moment.
That would be awesome.
Jacksonville on the prowl still here. The cross was blocked. A second attempt is on the edge of the area here. Could fall for a chance. It's again looped very high into the air. This is Neville, who had a ball at his feet and a ball above him. And eventually, Sporting JAX do keep it. That second ball is still on the field. Good eyes there from Thomas Schneider, the referee. Make sure it is removed.
Jacksonville enjoying this spell. The last 3 or 4 minutes inside the defensive third of Rhode Island.
That's well won back, but then given right back to Jacksonville. Lovely feed initially to get towards the edge of the area. Chance to cross this into the middle. And you can see by the reactions how that ends up. It's going to be a goal kick as, well, Sadlier could have done a bit better there.
When you have a number 9 like Jaskalainen, you have to try to use him. Just put the ball into the air, let him go get it. But again, look at the press now. Jacksonville starting to wake up, starting to get some confidence cohesively.
The attempted switch onto this near side will fall for Scardina if he can get there. But in the end, he could just let that go out because Rhode Island will get a corner brought to you by Chick-fil-A Attleboro. Will Rhode Island fans get that elusive chicken sandwich? How much longer will we have to ask that question? It still hasn't happened, if you can believe it.
I'm starting to feel it for them. So you want to put this ball as close to Olivares as possible. Have someone like Stoneman or Yao get right up in there just to be like a barricade, and maybe someone like a JJ Williams can finish.
Quizera sees his cross flicked on. It's headed down here. It's on the edge of the 6. Before it's looped over the top and out of play. Nearly a clear-cut opportunity for Grant Stoneman, of all people. It's a goal kick.
Well, it didn't score, but the fact that Rhode Island, again, raise a few eyebrows, it gets the cohesive unit that much more confident in the attacking third.
Hello, Yellow. Enjoy a sip of sunshine and celebrate the hometown team with a wicked good IPA from Lawson's Finest Liquids. Proud sponsor of RIFC as Olivares is back onto it here.
So we just saw Olivares' goal kick. The ball looped into the air, hung up, and came right back down into the defensive third. That's the amount of wind going towards Olivares' goal.
Afonso. Little chance to flick that on. This is JJ Williams looking for the space. His shot is blocked. And then Jacksonville clear it out for a throw-in on the far side. You wondered if Williams would find the space to slither that through.
Well, he's a true number 9, Williams. Always looking for the shots, especially inside the 18-yard box. He wiggled free, good technique, just good defensive shape by this Jacksonville team.
Williams will take the long throw. 3 minutes plus stoppages left in the half. Both teams have threatened here at the end of the half to break the deadlock. Comes back out for Scardina, who tried a volley and got barely anything on it. Here's Williams. And eventually it's going to be cleared away by Jacob Evans, not definitively cleared yet. Chance to maraud through here, Holstead. Yao of all people, oh, and the shot hits off the post. On the follow-up, Rodriguez skies it. 2 more Rhode Island chances. They keep knocking on Jacksonville's door.
I believe it was JJ Williams. If it was, his confidence just continues to grow. He's fighting on that left-hand side. But the ball eventually is going to come back in. Holstead. And as the ball comes back in, it falls kindly right here for JJ Williams. Hits the other side of the post. And Rodriguez, when you try to use too much pace, your shape falls apart. And the number 10 from Argentina, it fell apart. But JJ Williams starting to grow in confidence. And number 9s, you want to see that from the center forwards. Shoot. Try to create space. Shoot again.
Well, the sequence that followed those attempts led to a challenge, and now Karifa Yao has been summoned here by the referee. There's still a Jacksonville player down. Just a talking to, it looks like. Thomas Schneider's had to keep the peace a bit in this first half. Well, the Rhode Island Lottery is a proud official partner of RIFC. And now that we've got a new ball on the field, we can get the action restarted here. It's going to be Mo Traore for Jacksonville here, directing some traffic. Clipping this over the top. The header is flicked on, but it's too close to Koke Vegas.
Good distribution.
To Scardina on the near side. Scardina tried to thread the needle. It fell for Williams, who was covered, out for a throw. A familiar sight of Koke Vegas well off his line to be an extra man to help build from the back. Holstead under pressure.
You can hear the cries of Coach Liam Fox. Wants his team to maintain their defensive shape right here in a mid-block. Do not get caught coming forward. Do not give room in between the defensive line and the forward line.
Well, into stoppage time at the end of the half. 1 added minute still to play in Pawtucket before the break. First half that's seen Rhode Island hit the post and knock pretty persistently at Jacksonville's door. 1 or 2 half chances for Sporting Jacks up the other end as well. Oliveris is under pressure again. Was he fouled there? Yes, he was. This will not count. JJ Williams put really good pressure on him, but clips the goalkeeper here. The goal is not going to stand. It's going to be a free kick for Sporting Jacks. The fans are still celebrating here. They're not going to like what happens when the dust settles here. It's not going to count.
Let's go back to JJ Williams' development as a player. Look at the press now. Look how hungry he is, closing down the angles. Yes, it was a foul, but as a coach of this Rhode Island team, you have to be impressed with the number 9, hunting, wanting, and almost delivering.
He might get a chance again here, but Oliveris is there. Another poor clearance from Christian Oliveris to add to the list in his first half.
I'm going to come to his defense, though. The wind really is a factor coming into his face. So that those clearances from the back, the ball is being held up. Look at the wind in the shirts. It's become really a factor towards Oliveris. And in the second half, Vegas.
Thomas Schneider may have given out a yellow card here on this near side. We'll wait to get confirmation on that. It was happening while Christian Oliveris was trying to put the ball back into play, it looked like. Well, if we get word on that during the halftime break, we will pass it along. But it is halftime in Pawtucket. Some encouraging attacking signs from Rhode Island. Jacksonville certainly played their part in a halftime stalemate here, 0-0.
Yeah, I love the intensity by Jacksonville in the midfield. I tried to just sort of muddy up the waters, got a few set pieces towards the end, but Rhode Island has grown in stature as this game wore on. Hit the post, JJ Williams is hunting. He looks like the player to break the deadlock. But this Rhode Island team is starting to find their way in this match.
It's well poised for the second half here in Rhode Island, 0-0. We'll look around the rest of the league after the break.
Hi, welcome. How can I help you? Sure, I can help you with that. How would you like to make the deposit today? Cash or check? Thank you for visiting Centerville Bank. Have a great day.
You may think the nicest moments happen once you've arrived at your destination. At Breeze, we think they happen all along the way.
Yeah, let me grab that for you.
That was so nice.
Whether you're kicking back in Breeze Ascent or just enjoying time together in family seating, we take creating nice moments seriously, so you're ready for the rest of the journey ahead. When it's all over, the nicest moment might just be planning your next trip. Breeze. Seriously nice.
Hi, welcome. How can I help you? Sure, I can help you with that. How would you like to make the deposit today? Cash or check? Thank you for visiting Centerville Bank. Have a great day.
It doesn't matter what you ride to work as long as you leave your car behind. Drive less, bike more. With the Drive Less RI app, every green trip counts. Whether you're pedaling to the office or cruising to class, log your bike trips and start earning rewards. Be a climate champion. Bike more, drive less. Download the Drive Less RI app today, because every mile matters. Visit drivelessri.com to get started.
My name's Elizabeth, and I've been in RIFC since they first started. I think it's like been 2 years they've been playing, so I've been watching their games. The first game that I went to was the watch party at the Guild, I think, and I wanted to come back because it was a lot of excitement and fun, and I really love soccer. The community was really nice to be in, and it was a lot of fun to be watching a soccer game, and I also really like how they play too. He's been an inspiration for me. The last game of the season, he gave me his jersey and it just felt so awesome. I don't know how to say it, but like it made me feel so happy in that moment. Like, I watch him play, like I try to do the things that he does. And also I really like his attitude because he's always like happy all the time, and he's really nice to me. Rhode Island FC, I really like how they play. And it makes me want to feel like I want to do the same thing, have that same attitude all the time. The game's awesome to watch. It's always like something that you'll learn from soccer. And once again, the community's really awesome to be around. Like all the fans there, they make you feel like it's a one big family.
You feel it before you see it. The wind, the water, the clouds. Every storm begins the same way, with energy, with a surge. But here, the storm isn't something we wait for. It's something we become. Movement turns into momentum. Momentum turns into hope.
Come on, come on!
We don't chase storms. We create them. Charged with energy for all of Rhode Island. This is the Surge Kit.
week on USL All Access, Lexington and Louisville give us a Commonwealth Cup to remember on opening day. Plus, Ryan Martin, the head coach of Oakland Roots, joins the show.
How a relationship from his childhood and his father's best friend led to his first ever coaching job and helped lay the foundation for some of the better growth we've seen at the youth level in this country.
Every Tuesday, USL All Access on SiriusXM FC, and the next day, the USL YouTube page.
Match day 1, it's the season opener of the USL Championship.
No time like the present for these teams to make a statement and begin the campaign on the right foot.
We all have goals. But let's be honest, most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Today, we accomplished nothing. I mean it, not a thing. And it was kinda everything.
This spring, stay 3 nights and get a $50 Best Western gift card.
Prinks Tires in the USL help soccer journeys everywhere to drive harder. From city playgrounds to suburban sidelines, from early mornings to late nights, from fun with friends to winner takes all, from the biggest fan to the biggest heart. And at every turn, Prinks Tires will be there for the long haul.
At Ortho, Rhode Island, we've built you. Ortho, Rhode Island, we've built the future of orthopedic care around an important foundation, you. Our experienced surgeons and specialists offer the full spectrum of orthopedic care with leading-edge treatments and technology and a one-of-a-kind patient experience. From diagnosis to outpatient surgery, physical and occupational therapy, acute injury care, and advanced imaging, we make you the cornerstone of innovative care. To learn more or schedule an appointment, visit orthopedicsri.com.
Welcome back, everybody. Sean and Ryan here with you. 0-0 at the half. Every game, RIFC gives away a seriously nice seat upgrade courtesy of Breeze Airways. Each match, Breeze Airways upgrades lucky fans to a premium match day experience. Breeze Airways is a proud partner of RIFC. No score at the half between Rhode Island and Sporting JAX. Very excited to see how the second half is going to play out between these two teams in just a little while. Another great game here at Centerville Bank Stadium. Crowd is up to par so far after a week off due to the weather where Rhode Island couldn't play last week. Remember, that game got rescheduled to August, I beg your pardon, to October as well. So first half, you look at what Rhode Island was able to provide in the attack. Certainly a bit of an uplift there. They did hit the post through J.J. Williams, but Sporting JAX played their part defensively, and they certainly had a couple of chances up the other end for Liam Fox.
Yeah, I saw goalkeeper Olivares having a really hard time with the breeze at his face. It allowed the pressure of Rhode Island to get the better of him and the backline a few times. That grew Rhode Island's confidence. They hit the post, had a couple of few near misses, but I think Jacksonville did enough to hang in there and keep the score at 0-0. Second half now, they go with the wind. Maybe they could break the deadlock.
One of the things that Cano Smith said to us earlier in the week about Jacksonville was you could already see the sense of an identity, and we're seeing that with Jacksonville already in this first half as well. 0-0 at the half. We'll have highlights and stats coming up after the break.
doesn't matter what you ride to work as long as you leave your car behind. Drive less, bike more. With the Drive Less RI app, every green trip counts. Whether you're pedaling to the office or cruising to class, log your bike trips and start earning rewards. Be a climate champion. Bike more, drive less. Download the Drive Less RI app today, because every mile matters. Visit drivelessri.com to get started.
At Ortho Rhode Island, we've built the future of orthopedic care around an important foundation, you. Our experienced surgeons and specialists offer the full spectrum of orthopedic care with leading-edge treatments and technology and a one-of-a-kind patient experience. From diagnosis to outpatient surgery, physical and occupational therapy, acute injury care, and advanced imaging, we make you the cornerstone of innovative care. To learn more or schedule an appointment, visit orthopedicsri.com.
Hi, welcome. How can I help you? Sure, I can help you with that. How would you like to make the deposit today? Cash or check? Thank you for visiting Centerville Bank. Have a great day.
You may think the nicest moments happen once you've arrived at your destination. At Breeze, we think they happen all along the way.
Yeah, let me grab that for you.
That was so nice.
Whether you're kicking back in Breeze Ascent or just enjoying time together in family seating, we take creating nice moments seriously, so you're ready for the rest of the journey ahead. When it's all over, the nicest moment might just be planning your next trip. Breeze. Seriously nice.
It is halftime in the USL Championship. We hope you're enjoying your match so far. I'm Dan Lucas inside the USL studio with a look at some of the headlines for this week. On opening night, Louisville City rallied to defeat I-64 rival Lexington SC 2-1, extending its winning streak in season opening matches to 7. A streak that began in 2020 continues. A pair of first-year clubs collected victories in their inaugural matches. JC Obregon converted a penalty kick to lead Brooklyn FC to a 1-0 victory over Indy 11. And in League One, AC Boise went on the road to defeat Sarasota Paradise 1-0 in the inaugural match for both clubs. Let's dive into a milestone for Sacramento Republic goalkeeper Danny Vitiello, who recorded his 59th career shutout last week, a USL Championship record, 150 career appearances, with just under 40% of those games, no goals allowed. About that. We have a pair of matches coming up that will be broadcast in Spanish on 2DN Wednesday the 25th, 7 p.m. Eastern. Lexington SC hosts Brooklyn FC. Then on Saturday the 28th, 4 p.m. Eastern start between Detroit City and Charleston Battle. That's a look at the headlines for this week. Let's get you back to your match for the second half.
Well, good stuff there from Dan Lucas, keeping us up to date on everything from around the USL Championship. Sean St. Jacques, Ryan Davis here with you at the half. Let's dive in to the first half highlights between Rhode Island and Sporting JAX. Opening day for Rhode Island, their third season. They're on the back foot here, though, with Jacksonville getting the cross in. Of course, Coque Vega.
Has to do better. Augustin Rodriguez, that was a great effort with his second grab right here.
Well, most of the halftime highlights brought to you by Cox have been Rhode Island attacks. They really were strong in this first half. They would put pressure on Sporting JAX. Halftime stats kind of back that up. 10 total shots. Only 2 of those shots, however, were on target. 59% possession as well. Sporting JAX very much hanging in the game.
Yeah, I love the quality of what Rhode Island did with the 59% possession. Yes, they hit the post. Yes, they tested Olivares. But you're still waiting for that big chance, that almost tap in from the penalty spot on top of the 6-yard box. They haven't created that as yet. However, what we've seen over the last 10 minutes of the first half. I think that's yet to come.
We also believe that we solved that late yellow card as well. Pressbox is one of the stats databases that we use to keep track of stats during the games. They believe the yellow card was on Cano Smith, the Rhode Island head coach. If we get any further confirmation one way or another on that, of course, we will pass it along. But that's what we believe Thomas Schneider was dealing with before we got to halftime. Teams, of course, switch sides at the start of the second half, so Rhode Island will be going from right to left in the second 45. Season opener for RIFC. They like to make it a memorable one. Rhode Island, in their prior 2 opening games of the season, I've seen those games finish in draws. So will that continue? Will history repeat itself again this afternoon? Or does Rhode Island or Jacksonville have something up their sleeves in the second 45? Near side in the shadows, Frank Nodarce sending it down this near side, but Agustin Rodriguez is offside for Rhode Island.
You'll have to love that defensive shape and discipline by Jacksonville, not allowing the forward runners to get behind that backline on an onside. Of course, that back four is in unison. Again, just the second game of this season. Hard for the backline to find that sort of unity. But Jacksonville in the first 45 minutes did a great job in keeping the ball in front of them.
Well, that time it was Nick Scardina down that far side. He stood up and actually committed a foul on the back end of that. It's a Sporting JAX free kick. The other players on a yellow card are Emil Jaskalainen from Sporting JAX and Jojea Quizera from Rhode Island. So we're keeping an eye on that, of course, as the second half materializes here.
Now Koke Vegas is going to have to earn his way with the wind coming right into their face. Or do they play out at the back? Let's see. Look at this ball hold up. Wow. Look at that. Like a balloon.
Boy, you weren't kidding. That's going to be a foul and a free kick for Rhode Island. Koke Vegas really swung his boot through that, and the wind absolutely knocked it down. That's going to be a factor in the second half.
Well, JJ Williams is always going to be the prime target to get the ball out of the back so players can play off of his shoulder. But the physicality is something he's used to, and he's now earned a free kick, which allows his team to progress slowly but surely.
Now what can Rhode Island come up with here? A chance to cross this into the middle. And on the swinging attempt to try to pluck it out of the sky, Leo Alfonso has missed the target.
Well, it's never easy when the defender is right in front of you and the ball sort of creeps through and gets to your foot. But as a forward, you have to go through the motion just in case that happens. So if there's a volley or a header on the cards, you have to go through the motion of the header or go through the motion of the volley in case the ball beats the defender. And that one beat Alfonso, all ends up.
A tussle for possession on that far side. It's Evans for Sporting JAX. Then it's hooked over the top. Headed away by Karifa Yao for Rhode Island. Harivo tries to follow up on it here. Yao's there again. Now then, can Rhode Island surge forward here? Chance in behind, and it's a good last-ditch tackle on the back end by Sporting JAX. So good, indeed, that it's going to be a goal kick. And again, Alfonso and company are thwarted.
What a recovery by Gomez. He sized up that tackle, and it was precision, Sean. He got all ball, hit off Alfonso's shin guard, won the goal kick, picture perfect. That's going to get the head coach off of his seat for an applause.
Oliveris will be comfortable, I think, kicking the ball forward in the second half with the wind at Jacksonville's back. And Sporting JAX will win a free kick as well on the near side. Thomas Schneider with a brief talking to Frank Nodarse, who commits the foul. For what it's worth, it's Rhode Island's 9th game in the club's history against a team from Florida in the USL Championship. They've won 6 out of 8 in the past.
That's good odds. I mean, if you're going to invite Florida teams up to this freezing weather, you're going to win 6 out of 8.
A factor of the cold, at least at the early parts of the season, could be a slight factor in that.
Perfect opportunity now for Jacksonville. The score is still 0-0, Sean, despite all the chances, despite all of the attacking third possession by Rhode Island. It gives Jacksonville a chance to slow things down and take some pressure off of the ball.
It's a lovely run through some Rhode Island defenders here. It's played out not once but twice towards the far side. There's light blue shirts in the middle. The cross is blocked by Grant Stoneman and out for a JAX throw.
Stop the cross, stop the service. Every single coach on planet Earth will say that. And Grant Stoneman, of course, carrying out that order.
Sadlier on the overlap. The Irishman tries to glide into the penalty area, lays it off, and the shot is saved by Vegas down to his left. He just was able to outlet it through traffic to Quizera. Down this near side, Quizera looking for Afonso. Sporting JAX sweep it up.
It's moments like these where Sporting JAX starts to gain confidence and starts to build momentum.
Rodriguez tries to get back the return, but forces a Rhode Island throw high up the field. And Quizera might give way here. This could be a long throw opportunity. Williams and Holstead are normally the two in that conversation, and Williams will take charge here. Really good throw by Williams. The header to the edge of the area is going to be volleyed. Oh, just wide. Well, that's the kind of quality that Leo Afonso's here for Rhode Island, and he nearly scores a world-class goal here.
Fantastic long throw, but it pops out right for the Brazilian, and Afonso got his laces on it. Just couldn't find that bottom corner. You love the technique. That was just about 2 yards off, Sean.
Leo Afonso alongside Nick Scardina and Agustin Rodriguez were in that. Obviously, they're new players to Rhode Island, but in the category that Cano Smith talked about, Rhode Island becoming more goal dangerous, more of a threat in those kinds of moments. You just saw a glimpse of it there.
And he's so mobile, Afonso. He can pull out wide and create for other people. He can stay inside the middle of the park and have shots and finish.
That slithers through for Vegas, who will eventually get there. Well, you can come up clutch with the Wendy's app. Save time, save money, get the W. Wendy's is a proud partner of RIFC. Dale, Rhode Island. There's a Rhode Island player down here as the buildup continues down this far side. Harivo forced to spin back, and now the referee will stop the play. Another Jacksonville player goes down away from the action as well. J.J. Williams is down for Rhode Island here. which is always a big concern.
Looks to be in a world of pain as well. And the worst injuries in this sport is usually when no one is around. So sometimes it's the way you land when you go for a header, or you're turning on the ball or without the ball. More often than not, the long-term injuries are the ones where there's no challenge.
Well, we've talked about it ad nauseum since he's joined the club. J.J. Williams has been arguably the most impactful Rhode Island player the club's ever had. You can make that argument. But one of the tough parts about J.J. Williams' career at Rhode Island is he hasn't played a full season yet. The first 2 years, he's dealt with injuries at the start of the campaign, comes back from injury roughly in the middle part of the season, then surges and looks great through the playoffs. You hope that this isn't one of those early season injuries.
And a center forward, like a center back or a goalkeeper, is such a rhythm type position. It's hard to come in and out, chop and start. If you're in the midfield and you're battling all day long, sure, you could come in, come out, that's not a problem. That position, you need confidence, you need rhythm. And to not have that under your belt can pay its toll.
We saw Frank Nadarse calling for his sub earlier, but just saw J.J. Williams there wave it away. So
yeah, good sign.
We hope that is a good sign for him and for Rhode Island. And Thomas Schneider's doing the same thing, asking Cano Smith and the coaching staff if they want to take J.J. out. It appears from those initial looks that they don't want to do that yet. They don't need to take him out.
Looks like he's going to give it the old test, the sideline test.
See there, Logan Dorsey was getting ready for Rhode Island, former Colorado Springs switchback way back when, late 2010s, and then most recently an MLS Next Pro from Minnesota United.
24 and 19 Jacksonville.
It does look like that Sporting JAX are preparing some changes here. Sporting JAX want to prepare at least 3 changes here. Waiting confirmation on that. Well, we apologize if any of the foul language from that near side leaks through here, but there's a bit of an argument going on between Sporting JAX and the 4th official as to when Sporting JAX was trying to get those 3 substitutes on the pitch. So we apologize if you heard any of the tasteless language there. J.J. Williams is also trying to come back on, meanwhile for Rhode Island. So there's quite a bit happening right now at the halfway line on this near side. Rhode Island are currently down to 10, but now J.J. Williams is back in. It is 11 v 11. There's the 3 Sporting JAX players, bottom of your screen briefly there, trying to get back on. Sporting JAX are on the front foot here on this far side with Rose, but he's stood up by Holstead. And as Sporting JAX get the throw, they can finally make their triple change.
17 is coming out.
First change is Rafferty Redder coming in for Zeke Soto. So Rafferty Petter is coming in on that one. Jordan Rossiter is coming in for Juan Cousin. We'll have more on him in a moment. And the third change is going to be a debut for the new signing Thomas Roberts, who will come in for Jacob Evans.
Well, Roberts has that creative playmaker badge coming with him. So if they can get the ball to his feet in the final third, he can then turn and try to create for other players. He can hold off tackles and challenges in the attacking third. That's so important. And then create space for runners.
Roberts has played for North Carolina FC in the USL Championship, Columbus Crew 2, and Next Pro, the Austrian Bundesliga, the Norwegian League as well. Plenty of experience at just 24 years of age. And then Jordan Rossiter, former Liverpool FC youth player, was at one point, and actually still is to this day, one of the youngest Liverpool goal scorers in the club's history at just 17 years and change.
He shares with the that table with the likes of Michael Owen, former Ballon d'Or winner. That is some pedigree. He's a ball winner, though. He's not so much a goal scorer. So he's going to try to come into midfield and try and shake things up, bring some fresh legs into Coach Fox's lineup.
Other stops along his path: Rangers in the Scottish Premiership, Fleetwood Town, you might remember that, that's Jamie Vardy's old club, and Shrewsbury Town as well, among others, in the English footballing table.
Do you know how many stamps in his passport that is? That's a lot of stamps.
Quite a few.
Yeah, I'm jealous.
Oof. Referee lets that go, and then Jacksonville try to slow it down, but they can't on this far side. Here's J.J. Williams trying to muscle his way through. He gets past Traore. Not once, but twice. Still J.J. Williams. Into the middle it goes! Oh, and the shot's cleared off the line. Jacksonville had enough defenders positioned inside the 6, and it's touched away as Rhode Island looked to have broken the deadlock. Brilliant and brave defending from Sporting JAX.
This is special. He just stays with it. He gets past Traore for the second time, right into the path of Zach. Actually, not Zach Heriville. But excellent defensive shape in the end by Jacksonville. J.J. Williams, that was special. Jacksonville held their nerve, stayed compact, didn't make it easy for him. But boy, oh boy, has he shaken off that injury.
Scardina, it appeared, was the player who got the shot away, and it was cleared off the line. Whether it's on the field or in the office, great teams need great coverage. Delta Dental of Rhode Island offers affordable dental and vision plans for top-rated customer service. Learn more at deltadentalri.com.
Well, his tail is in the air now, Sean. Look at him on the ball yet again.
So difficult to handle. And
Williams
nearly completes a wonder ball out to this near side. It's cut out.
He's putting on a show.
It's almost if the injury has propelled J.J. Williams to another level here in this second half. There's a player down for Sporting JAX. That's Dita Armstrong, who is struggling here. Rhode Island want to make a change here. And you wonder now if Liam Fox might have to rethink a thing or two with Armstrong, but he's able to get back up. The fourth official's spot at the moment. It's been a bit chaotic the last few substitution windows here.
You think it's the after effects of the magic spray? Dribbling, almost scoring, creating assists.
Oh, for Williams. Oh,
yeah.
Maybe. Yeah.
Could be it.
So maybe a little sprinkling of fairy dust in there. He's been the most likely from either side to break the deadlock, J.J. Williams, so far.
And he comes in here with all these stats, right? 48 goals scored, 27 assists. We're talking lifetime achievements here for USL Championship. So he comes in here with pedigree, and he's lived up to that status tonight, or today.
The Rhode Island debut for Pity Rodriguez is going to come to a close here. He's going to be withdrawn, and he'll be replaced by Noah Fuson. His first appearance for Rhode Island in 2026. Was the Golden Playmaker his first season with Rhode Island a couple of years back. Scandinavian Building Services is a proud partner of RIFC. Now Jacksonville is trying to make a change, and again, it's not exactly peaceful by the fourth official here. Dita Armstrong can't continue. That's a tough blow for Sporting JAX. Ahmad Alkak is going to replace him. Another former North Carolina FC player. Sporting JAX actually signed 3 players from the now defunct, or at least taking a break, let's say, North Carolina FC.
Well, he's going to add some unpredictability and some flair into the final third, Alkak. Maybe just what Jacksonville needs if they can get past this flurry of attacks by Rhode Island.
That leaves Sporting JAX, by the way, with only 1 change left. They've used 4 out of 5. Still 25 minutes plus stoppage time left. We may have to wait and see how that impacts the end of the game, if at all. And the Shadows have basically reached the halfway point on the field as well.
You know, some people don't like the Shadows. I kind of enjoy it. It really does add a different element to the whole atmosphere on the screen.
Now then, Rhode Island look to break through with Fuson down this far side. 3 to aim at in the middle. Fuson into the middle, just over the head of Williams and cushioned away. Only as far as Holstead. Harivo trying to get around the referee, cannot get there. Holstead recovers for Nadarse. Quizera. Quizera to the byline.
Excellent defending. Stayed in between the man and the goal every single step. Forced Quizera out wide. And in the end, stopped the cross. Now they only end up with a throw.
And again, it'll be left for Williams. He's done pretty well with the long throws today. He's put them in good areas. Can Rhode Island break the deadlock here? It was flicked on. Oh, the goalkeeper committed as well. And in a very awkward moment, Oliveras makes an over-the-shoulder catch off an awkward ricocheted header.
Well, he got lucky there. Oliveras caught in no man's land, had no reason to come out there. His two defenders were on the ball. It was a headed delivery, not one for the feet. So there was no panic in it. Oliveras left his goal open. It could have gone anywhere.
There have been a couple of awkward moments for Sporting JAX playing out of their own half in this game.
But you love the identity we talked about, the commitment
yes.
to playing this style, win or lose.
More Rhode Island pressure here. Afonso and Williams trying to make it happen. It's Williams! Did it take a deflection on the way through? Referee says it did not. Goal kick.
Well, in this type of mode, you think he could have taken an extra touch, J.J. Williams. I don't think he realized how much time he had here. Good effort, though. But he's in that type of mood. He has that type of confidence flowing through his veins.
It feels like if it's going to happen for Rhode Island, it's going to be through number 9. Here comes Rhode Island again. This time, Afonso a little too loose with his touch. And Sporting Club Jacksonville have a chance to break up the other end here. There were numbers in the middle. It's going to be clipped over onto this near side. Neville into the middle. Headed out towards Noah Fuson. Holstead for Nadarse. Quizera. Holstead tries to get it back to him. Neville steps in. Here comes Jacksonville again. A chance at that reverse ball. In comes the shot, and it was tame for Coque Vegas.
The defensive shape of this Rhode Island team. Remember, 6 players that played in that 2024 final started today. It shows the cohesiveness of this team, the understanding defensively, what is needed to come away with a result. They did it yet again there. A prime example of frustrating this Jacksonville team.
Well, Miller Lite is a proud partner of RIFC. When it's game time, it's Miller time. And time is ticking away here. 22 minutes plus stoppage time left.
According to Rhode Island, it's time for a chicken sandwich.
Unfortunately, that can only happen from a corner, Ryan. Oh, build-up looked good initially there. Again, anytime it's involving J.J. Williams, there's promise. But it's out for a Sporting Club JAX throw. And that will lead us into a substitution here for Rhode Island, another debut. It's going to be Logan Dorsey coming in. And the end of a debut for Nick Scardina. And that leaves Cano Smith with 3 substitutions left. We briefly talked about Logan Dorsey earlier. Scored 12 goals in 22 appearances with Minnesota United FC2 in MLS Next Pro last season.
Question is, if Scardina, who's playing right back, came out and a forward came in, have to understand who's picking up Scardina's spot, or right midfield rather.
That's going to be a foul against Sporting JAX here. Free kick for Rhode Island that they're going to need to retake. Afonso was clipped. Yao for Nodarse as Jacksonville try to run Rhode Island out of their own half here. And then Nodarse plays it in between Quizera and Holstead.
You like the inventiveness. Nodarse is splitting the two defenders, if you will, or forwards. Just couldn't find the final pass.
Nodarse won the initial header here and then commits a foul on the back end. Jacksonville gets the free kick, 20 minutes of normal time left. This is around the time, getting towards the time where it actually fell apart for Jacksonville against Hartford last week. Can Liam Fox's side take it a step further here? And Rhode Island on opening day for them. Can they prevail on their home patch? Fuson playing this through. Chance to play this through for Dorsey. What a debut that would have been for Logan Dorsey. Got into a great position for the shot and missed the target.
Well, fantastic job by Noah Fuson to begin the attack. And you have to say Dorsey, a real forwards mentality. He had Quizera roaming up on the left-hand side. He had every right to go for goal, just couldn't find the angle, and the technique let him down right at the end.
AAA Insurance is proud to be the official home, auto, and life insurance partner of RIFC. Here's Quizera. Still, Jojea Quizera for Rhode Island on this near side. Tries to slither it through a few defenders there. It's deflected out of play. Nodarse puts it back into play.
I know it's early days, Sean. Don't jump on me, but 19 minutes to go. If Jacksonville could hang on, this will be a win for them on the road in their second ever USL Championship match.
Was Williams fouled there? Referee looked at it, said no. It's over the head of Holstead. Couple of crunching Rhode Island challenges, but ones that are deemed to be fair. Initially here, the referees brought this back. Harivo down in a heap.
Zach Harivo has suffered career or season-ending injuries over the last 3 seasons. And this will be a nightmare for the midfielder if he has to go off again.
It's Jordan Rossiter who's going to be booked for that challenge. And he certainly left a bit on that challenge with Harivo.
Well, this type of challenge you'll see up in Melwood, up in a rainy day, up in Liverpool. And Zach Harivo on the end of a biting challenge.
I was wondering if you were going to say Liverpool or Glasgow in that sentence there.
Hang on, let me check my notes. Former Liverpool FC midfielder. Nope, we're going to stick with Melwood and Liverpool. Thank you very much.
Fair enough.
And yes, it is cold and windy up there.
A couple of injury scares to players, as you mentioned, Ryan, that both have injury histories. J.J. Williams and Zach Harivo, who's down again here for Rhode Island.
And it couldn't happen to a nicer person. Zach Harivo is one of those players with Birmingham Legion about 3 or 4 years ago, really put his name on the map.
Where Cano Smith was an assistant coach, by the way, and helped to develop Zach Harivo.
So they meet again, and to have him just work his way back from niggling injuries for the last 3 years, I would say, 3 seasons. Really would like to see him play a full USL Championship season and see the production that he's capable of. Father's Haitian, his mother's Japanese. Played up in Japan as well. Really one of those seasoned USL players that you want to have on the pitch.
Well, it's good to see Zach Harivo back up, but can he continue is the question that Cano Smith and his staff are mulling over here at the moment. It does look like that Hugo Bacharach is being prepared for RIFC. By the way, what an influential player he was down the stretch of last season for Cano Smith's Rhode Island. And Cano wants him up and ready to go. I think that's going to be it for Zach Haribo. That's a really tough blow. We hope that that is not too serious moving forward. Haribo's opening day is done. And someone who's definitely turned into a fan favorite around these parts, Hugo Bacharach, is back again in 2026 on as a sub here.
So Bacharach, a tackling midfielder for a box-to-box midfielder for Rhode Island.
And from the free kick, oh, the shot is deflected wide.
Love it. It was always an awkward position to go in the air. They come something from the training ground. Alfonso just trying to hook it back into the player at the last post. And now there's a legit chance to get a chicken sandwich.
Chick-fil-A Attleboro corner, Jojea Quizera. It is touched clear, not definitively clear. There's the volley, and it's headed out for yet another Rhode Island corner, this time on the other side. So back-to-back Chick-fil-A Attleboro corners here for Rhode Island, desperate for a breakthrough.
And for the second consecutive dead ball, they use the ground rather than the air. And Bacharach is right back at it.
He did shove a Sporting JAX player there. And as Thomas Schneider's done all game, doesn't matter who's been involved, he's been right on the scene to have a talking to there. That was between Bacharach and Mo Traore. Rhode Island get a second try at the corner with Noah Fuson. Fuson's ball in towards Yao. And then a chance for Halstead. Kicking it into the wind, it almost went backwards. Another ball into the penalty area here. The wind knocks it down. Dorsey cannot handle it. And Dorsey's also in an offside position. It's a free kick. And it gives us time to tell you that High Noon's quality is second to none, formulated with real spirits, juice, and iced tea. No added sugars, natural flavors, the perfect drink for any occasion. Free kick, Sporting JAX, approaching the halfway line.
And with 13 minutes to go, with Jacksonville having the ball right now, it's very, very important for them to find some rhythm, hold on to the ball for a little bit, have Rhode Island chase just for a few minutes, take the pressure off themselves. They are hunting in packs right now, Rhode Island.
Oh, that's a bad ricochet, and Rhode Island, oh, they're gonna score! How about that? It's a debut goal from Logan Dorsey off a Sporting JAX mishap at the back. But the RIFC supporters won't care one iota about that. It's Rhode Island's first goal of the season as they accept the gift and take a 1-0 lead.
Well, every center forward chases down every single ball, and Olivares has to do a better job of lifting that ball. The trajectory was too short, so it crashed against his defender right into the path of Dorsey, who did a great job, who just turned and finished. Nobody likes pressure on any given level, but Olivares has to do a better job with that clearance. He put his team under a lot of pressure and gave Dorsey the opportunity.
Rhode Island's first goal of the season is presented by Capelli Sport, and the pressure wears down Sporting JAX and leads to Rhode Island opening their account in 2026 with a massive gift and a debut goal for Logan Dorsey and Rhode Island. How about that?
Had one of the saves of the week last week, Olivares, now with a howler this week. I know it's not easy for goalkeepers, but he's kicking with the wind. Has to do a better job with the clearance.
We mentioned earlier how the 3-0 scoreline was a bit harsh on Sporting JAX last week. What a rough way to fall behind in week 2.
Especially after you hold up your end of the bargain for so long. Defensive shape, keeping the ball in front of you, challenging, being physical, throwing Rhode Island off of their, let's say, perch for the game, really muddying the waters. To have something like that happen is a backbreaker. And now J.J. Williams and number 14, Logan Dorsey, they're going to find some more space now as Jacksonville pushes up to try to find the equalizer.
Sporting JAX are preparing their final change. We'll get to that. Still 10 minutes plus stoppage time left. Rhode Island finally break the deadlock. Here's Fuson. Early ball in behind. It's Dorsey again. He's brought down. Referee says it's a clean challenge, and Rhode Island are incensed here. They thought it was a foul, and it could have been worse than that for Sporting JAX. Cano Smith in the technical area is beside himself here.
Have to say, referee Schneider has had a fantastic game up to this point. That looked like a clear foul at the back of Dorsey. And that was not only a free kick, but even more than a yellow card. Have to say, Jacksonville have been let off the hook.
Great work here, meanwhile, by Fuson. Gets past 2 Sporting JAX players and threads the needle down the line, where Rose is going to be called for a foul and a Rhode Island free kick, as Dorsey and company are still asking the referee about the challenge we're going to revisit here.
Has to say, he got a poke in. Rose did get piece of the ball, but the challenge was from behind. So his foot has to go through Dorsey to get to the ball. And that's what Dorsey's saying.
Sadlier is going to be withdrawn here for Sporting JAX. Adam Luckhurst is going to come in. That's the last change Liam Fox can make for the visitors. Well, Dave's Marketplace is proud to be an official partner of RIFC. Getting into the final 8 minutes here, plus stoppage time. Can Sporting JAX recover from a massive error up the other end that allowed Rhode Island to take the lead? Now Sporting JAX, we're asking the referee a question or two over a foul. It's deemed to be a clean challenge from Frank Nodarse and a goal kick.
Excellent challenge, shoulder to shoulder. Roberts just coming into the game about 5 minutes ago. Rubbing is racing in Daytona. Over here, shoulder to shoulder, fair game.
For all your RIFC gear, visit Rhode Island FC's online team store, powered by Capelli, at shop.rhodeislandfc.com. Sean St. Jacques, Ryan Davis, our entire crew. It's been a pretty thrilling opening day here at Centerville Bank Stadium in Pawtucket, Rhode Island. A gift has allowed Rhode Island to take the lead, but they're not out of the woods yet with 7 minutes plus stoppage time left. And Sporting JAX try to play their way through here. Edge of the area, it's chested down. The volley is saved by Vegas. Oh, and the rebound is in. And Sporting JAX, with their first goal in the club's history, have equalized. Rafferty Petter on the follow-up has brought Sporting JAX level. What a response from Liam Fox's men. We're tied, 1 each.
Look at this magic by Roberts. Didn't ask for permission, he just volleyed it. First time saved by Koke Vegas. He couldn't do much about it, Sean. He just got his 2 hands and look at the power. It had fire. And the finish by Petter, he tucked it in the opposite direction. Exquisite. Beautiful move by Jacksonville. Yes, they've been on the back foot for most of this game, but that move in itself, Thomas Roberts, he didn't score the goal, but he certainly set it up. And an excellent finish by Petter to draw this game at 1-1.
Oh, Rafferty Petter's made multiple stops in his career. The English international, formerly of Queen's Park Rangers, Oxford City, then Tacoma Defiance in MLS Next Pro. Never scored for any of them. But he scores here for Sporting JAX to tie the game in Pawtucket. You just cannot make that up.
No. I mean, it's out of a storybook for Jacksonville.
Rhode Island's turn. Afonso on his debut has it saved by Oliveras.
He's trying to find that last post, Sean, but he didn't open up his hips enough. And in the end, ends up straight into the hands of the goalkeeper.
What a final 5 minutes plus stoppage time we could have on our hands here. Already a couple of late twists. About 5 minutes, give or take, between Rhode Island taking the lead and Sporting JAX, with their historic first goal as a club, finding the equalizer.
You just love when the game has a mind of its own sometimes. Both teams going at it, physical. Defensively, their shape has been fantastic. But then sometimes a loose ball comes about and the players create something like Roberts did just now. He just completely did something unrehearsed and created the equalizer.
Whether you're headed to work, school, or game day, RIPTA gets you there. Statewide service and easy trip planning available. Transit's never been simpler. Go to ripta.com to plan your ride. There's a player down there for Sporting JAX as the ball goes out on this near side.
That was Roberts again, Sean. I think he was brought down after he laid the ball off. Referee Schneider didn't pick it up.
Afonso slips. Sporting JAX clear it only as far as Nodarse. Quizera has his pass cut out, and then it's out for a Rhode Island throw. It's going to be taken quickly here. Afonso down the line, looking for Dorsey. Dorsey in behind, he's brought down. Referee looks at it, says no penalty for Rhode Island.
I think that was a good no call by referee Schneider. He took a good long look at it. Dorsey initiated the contact. Yes, it was a lot of touching, a lot of rubbing, but not enough. And I don't think referee Schneider wants to decide this game.
And then Nodarse plays it out.
He wants the players to decide it.
2026 season tickets are on sale now. Visit RhodeIslandFC.com to secure your seat today. Boy, all the emotions, not just from Cano Smith, but all the fans here. Opening day in Pawtucket has not disappointed from a drama standpoint here. This is going to be a foul, and it's going to be a yellow card brandished here as well. And oh, this might be a second yellow. Yes, it is a second yellow. I was just going to say Jordan Rossiter's already been booked. And the Scouser's been sent off in the 88th minute. Sporting JAX are down to 10. Another twist here in Pawtucket.
Well, he had that very, very tough challenge on Zach Heravo. And Heravo is in the injury department. And now that late studs up challenge on the ankle of J.J. Williams. And Rossiter deservedly has to head to the locker room. A late challenge on Heravo and a high challenge on Williams did the trick.
Now then, Rhode Island with Clay Holstead. Grant Stoneman just kept in play by Quizera. Down the line, Leo Afonso. Holstead. Holstead's cross, oh, does it come off a hand there? Holstead continues on. It's a goal kick. Sporting JAX do enough.
Great defending by Jacksonville. Even though they're down a player now, they surround the wagons, they circle the wagons and stay very tight defensively despite Holstad's efforts. And now with 2 minutes to go, let's just say add some stoppage time in there. Let's say 5 minutes to go. They might be able to come away here with a point.
Now looking for the perfect venue to host your group event, look no further than Centerville Bank Stadium, now offering a variety of unique spaces to elevate your experience. Holstead out wide. Bacharach. Well into the 90th minute here.
Took too long, Sean.
And it's won back by Sporting JAX. They have some numbers here in transition. Rhode Island are stretched, but Karifa Yao with a perfectly timed tackle puts Rhode Island back on the front foot here with Fuson. Dorsey and company making the runs forward. It's Nodarse on the far side. Nodarse cutting in field. Stands it up for Quizera. Afonso. Afonso into the middle, diving header away. Remember, the 10 men of Jacksonville still have a lot of time left to try to see this out. Can Rhode Island take the lead back? Quizera trying to find some space. We're into 8 added minutes at the end of the 90. An eternity left to play here in Pawtucket. Bacharach. Nodarse around the corner for Holstead. Holstead stands it up into the middle. It's headed high into the air. Still up for grabs. The layoff for Quizera. Afonso. Still, Leo Afonso blocked. Second try. Cleared away. Coque Vegas all the way up to help the Rhode Island effort. The switch to the far side by Stoneman. On the cutback here, the cross is too tall into the middle. Goal kick.
Jacksonville is like that boxer on the ropes, just fending and fending. Excellent defensive posture, staying compact, trying to protect their goalkeeper, stopping the crosses. This Rhode Island team, not only are they cold, but they want to win.
I'd say everyone's on the edge of their seat, but they're all standing here inside Centerville Bank Stadium. Still 7 minutes left.
You think they're hoping for the chicken sandwich?
I think they just want a goal of any kind at this rate. Ooh, miscommunication there. 2 Sporting Jacks players get in each other's way. It's then spooned into the air and headed down by Karifa Yao. We've seen incredible resolve here from Sporting Jacks. They were 1-0 down after a huge error at the back. We'll get back to that in a moment. This is Luckhurst who's down. Liam Fox is incensed and felt that there should have been a foul going the other way. And then Cano Smith and Rhode Island were not happy. They wanted to quickly put the ball back into play and they weren't allowed to. Clay Halstead now. Bacharach. Nodarse could not get the give and go down the line, forced to retreat.
Have to try and switch sides here, Sean.
Holstead gets the return on a give and go. But is fighting through very, very tight quarters here for Rhode Island.
Without the switch, she got corralled into a pocket, exactly what Jacksonville wanted. Had to play out of that, bring it back into the middle and switch sides quickly to find open space with Quizera.
The 10 men of Sporting Jacks defended well. It's a goal kick. Remember you said earlier, Ryan, would Sporting Jacks be happy with a point? I think they'd be happy with a point right now.
I think they will dance their way all the way back to Florida with a point.
Well, there's a good news, bad news for that. There's 5 minutes left. That's the good news. The bad news is there's 5 minutes left.
Yeah.
Williams tried to delicately control that. He was dispossessed. Foul, free kick, Sporting Jacks right on the halfway line.
Now if you're Sporting Jacks, you want to take your time. You don't want to commit any of your center-backs like you usually do on a dead ball. Center-backs stay home. Going to just push up a couple blue shirts on top of the 18-yard box. And now that you have the wind with you, you can go right down to the corners.
They will clip it right into that corner on the near side. Will they hold it, Sporting Club Jacks? You think if they're here, they might get a cross in. They try. It's well out of play. Goal kick, 4 minutes left of stoppage time. Again, Sporting Jacks are down to 10. Jordan Rossiter sent off for his second yellow card in the second half. Rhode Island had the lead for about 5 minutes in this second half before Rafferty Petter equalized with Sporting Jacksonville's first ever goal as a club. And now we wonder if there's still a late twist left. Holstead tried to feed that through. Bacharach, lovely, on the turn for Nodarse. Nodarse into the middle! Oh, the header is saved! Oliveras. After some wonderful Rhode Island build-up, Christian Oliveras makes a big stop on the header and keeps the game level.
Good delivery. Nodarse right into the mix-up. And there's Alfonso. And it was a good header, good technique, low down to the keeper's right. But like you said, Oliveras had to come up with a big save, and he did.
Flags up against Rhode Island on the back end of that. It's another Jacksonville free kick, just under 3 minutes left of a minimum of 8 minutes of stoppage time.
Down to the corners. And JJ Williams is not 10 yards away. He's just wasting time. Yep, you can hear the cries of just back up because he's wasting time.
This only really hurts Rhode Island here. Now then, Yao's in an awkward position here. The ball bounced multiple times there in the 18-yard box. Eventually, Rhode Island gets it clear, but here comes Jacksonville again. Down this far side, it pinballs through. Fuson emerges with the ball and tries to send Rhode Island on their way here with Holstead.
And Rose is out of position at left back.
Dorsey was wide open, still is, down that far side. Holstead elects to play in Quizera. Holstead again. Still Clay Holstead here. Feeds it out to the far side. There's Frank Nodarse. A minute and a half left here. Nodarse cuts it in field. The cross into the middle is cleared away. Vegas to re-enter. Clips it over the top. Williams commits a foul. And the 10 men of Jacksonville are nearly there.
But now they're just going to take the air out of the ball. Goalkeeper Oliveras, yep, here comes the referee to tell him, let's get started. Get started. And Oliveras is going to come down to this near side towards the sidelines. As there's only 45 seconds left.
Well, again, J.J. Williams is just standing too close to the ball here. Being told to back off as if to not waste any more time. And there's not much more time left to begin with. 30 seconds at a minimum.
And this throw is going to go right towards the corner flag. Or one last chance if there's enough time.
I will say, Jacksonville aren't exactly in a hurry to take this.
No.
Neville.
I think they understand, and I think their coach has made it very clear what to do.
They will throw it into the corner. And yet it still falls for a chance here for Jacksonville. Again, Neville. And Neville is going to be fouled here. That's a free kick.
So now they're down to 10 players shown, but now they have a set piece.
They can send everybody in.
You can take your time.
Oh, but the referee's not going to let Sporting Club Jacksonville take the free kick. That's game over. Wow. A heart-stopping finish here at Pawtucket. Give credit to Sporting Club Jacksonville. They were a goal down. They get the equalizer. They were a man down. They see it out. And Liam Fox gets the first point on the board in Sporting Jax's history.
Two teams that are desperate. One team trying to play its home opener and get 3 points. The other team coming off of a loss from last week at home, Sporting Jax. It was end-to-end, not end-to-end as in goal mouth-wise, but in the middle of the field, both teams locking horns. Fantastic result.
For those of you watching on NESN, stay tuned for the Red Sox spring training at the Atlanta Braves live from Florida. If you're watching on ESPN+, highlights and stats coming up after the break.
Hi, welcome. How can I help you? Sure, I can help you with that. How would you like to make the deposit today? Cash or check? Thank you for visiting Centerville Bank. Have a great day.
You may think the nicest moments happen once you've arrived at your destination. At Breeze, we think they happen all along the way.
Yeah, let me grab that for you.
That was so nice.
Whether you're kicking back in Breeze Ascent or just enjoying time together in family seating, we take creating nice moments seriously, so you're ready for the rest of the journey ahead. When it's all over, the nicest moment might just be planning your next trip. Breeze. Seriously nice.
At Ortho Rhode Island, we've built the future of orthopedic care around an important foundation, you. Our experienced surgeons and specialists offer the full spectrum of orthopedic care with leading-edge treatments and technology and a one-of-a-kind patient experience. From diagnosis to outpatient surgery, physical and occupational therapy, acute injury care, and advanced imaging, we make you the cornerstone of innovative care. To learn more or schedule an appointment, visit orthopedicsri.com.
Well, the final score is brought to you by the official physical therapy partner of RIFC. Visit highbarhealth.com today to begin your journey to feeling better, moving freely, and living fully. Sean and Ryan back here with you. Third straight first game of the season for Rhode Island that ends in a draw. Thrilling finish as we look back at the energy play of the game, brought to you by Rhode Island Energy. A gift from Jacksonville, accepted by Rhode Island.
Yeah, but the pressure was that's what started the entire move. And Olivares had a howler, but again, on the spot, Logan Dorsey to finish it off.
Scores on debut for Rhode Island. And then save of the game, make progress towards your goals with Centerville Bank, the official bank partner of RIFC. The save from Koke Vegas.
JJ Williams doing a fantastic job. And Olivares again down to his right. Fantastic save. That's be his second consecutive week with another big save.
Finished second in the save of the week last week. We'll see if he takes it a step further this time around. Let's dive in to the full-time highlights from what was a wild game in the end between Rhode Island and Sporting Club Jacksonville. It's Rhode Island's first game, of course, of this 2026 campaign. Jacksonville trying to get their first points on the board. And Rhode Island had chances to win it at the end, but settled for a point in their first game of this 2026 campaign. Congrats to Sporting JAX, their first ever point on the board in the championship. For Ryan Davis and our entire crew, Sean St. Jacques, we say so long from Pawtucket.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.